2019 was a year of ups and downs for the TTC, from new projects like the Ontario line to ongoing signaling work causing delays and a new fleet of streetcars. Tina Yazdani sat down with CEO Rick Leary to talk about transit priorities for the upcoming year.
Everybody knows how important investment is in public transportation. And for me, as much as the expansion is exciting, right, the state of good repair is just as important.
The number of weekend closures is doubling, or just closures in general is doubling next year. A lot of people were upset about that. They don't think that a city like Toronto can sustain this many closures. What do you say to them?
Well, you know, it's one of those things that it has to be done. It's about the investment. The city is aging. Right? Our subway is over 65 years old on line 1. It's over 55 years old on line 2. It's about providing those upgrades, and to do it, you have to close the system for a short period of time. And that was our intention. The faster we can get this working, all right, the more reliable our service will be, and the better it'll be for customers in the long run.
These upgrades, it feels like they've been going on for so long. When can people expect them to finally be completed? And I'm talking specifically about the ATC signaling work that's been going on. Yep.
That's a great question. Right now, the focus is to get it done by September of 2022.
It does seem like there are a lot of trains breaking down, there are fires, there are problems on the routes that are forcing people off of the trains every now and again. What do you say to frustrated passengers who say, you know, we pay for a service and we're not getting the service that we deserve?
Right, well, I would say that's why we went in February and identified the needs of the organization to start that discussion. We know it's frustrating to customers, but what we have to do is not just put something in front of people that says what's wrong, it's how we're going to fix it. And it's really funding that's going to fix this.
They hop, squeeze through.
It's very bothersome of what's happening with when the AG reported that we had a fare evasion of up to $60 million annually. It was alarming. The TTC has taken a number of steps over the last year to try to correct that, hiring more constables, hiring more fare inspectors, actually doing an outreach campaign, you know, making people aware of it's out there. It's cheating.
Checking Metro passes, transfers, Presto cards, please.
What are your thoughts on the Ontario line, and do you find it frustrating that there's a new plan in front of you now?
No, you know what, having the opportunity to sit at the table and even speak to council, it's a very viable option. I said, it's very viable, it's doable. And I think what we all want is to see public transit grow in this great city. I thought it was very positive in two fronts. One, that the province would take responsibility for building it and paying for it, and allow the city to acknowledge the need for funding for state of good repair.
How often do you yourself take the subway and buses, and what kinds of issues do you notice if and when you take them?
So I take the TTC every day, weekends included. I love to come in and ride because I love talking to our operators and seeing what's going on in the city. I look at things just like a customer. And it's very common for me to text or call staff on a regular basis on anything I see. If a train is delayed in a station, I want to know why. Well, I got to tell you, it was a real enjoyable year. I would say there were a lot of successes and then quite a few challenges as they went along as well.